Good morning, class. Welcome to today's lesson. Today is Monday, the 17th of May 2021, and you are welcome to our English language class with Junior Secondary 1. Today, we are on page 72 of our student's book, M-High 2, page 72. The topic for today is grammar, and under grammar we'll be talking about essay writing. What do you understand by essay writing? In primary school we call it composition. In secondary school it is called essay. This name, essay, the word essay has its origin from a French word which means exigere. Exigere. If you are there, you repeat after me, say exigere, which means to examine or to test or literally to drive out. Through these words, we are now able to understand the meaning of essay. Essay therefore means to encourage students or to test students or to examine their ideas concerning a particular topic, or they examine their ideas towards a given topic. So the final definition of essay, or we can define essay as a short piece of writing that requires students to develop a number of skills. A short piece of writing that requires students to develop a number of skills such as research. Have them on the board here, such as research, analyze, they have to compare, comparison, contrast, persuasion, conciseness, clarity, and exposition. These are the various types of essay that will be seen progressively. Then why is it important to write an essay in English language? Why is essay an important part of English language? It is important because the purpose is to encourage students to develop their ideas in writing towards a direction of thoughts. I repeat it is important because the purpose of the essay writing is to encourage the students to develop their ideas and thoughts towards a particular direction in writing. That's why it is important. And essay writing also is divided into three main parts. We have three main parts of essay writing, which we are going to see. The first part is introduction. Second part is the body or supporting paragraph. We have introduction, the body or supporting paragraphs, and conclusion or the closing or summary paragraphs. These are the three main parts of essay, and we'll be seeing them one after another. We'll first of all start with an introduction. What do you understand by an introduction, and how do you write an introduction to your essay? How do you introduce your essay? We'll be looking at it. An introduction of an essay is the first paragraph of your essay, where the main idea of your essay is to be stated in it, or is introduced in it. It is the first paragraph of your essay where the main idea of your essay is introduced in. Remember a good opening. If you introduce it very well, you have captured the reader's interest. That's why I say a good opening paragraph captures the interest of the reader and tells why the topic is important. If you introduce your essay very well, if you start it very well, if the starting is interesting, the reader will be forced to read it to an end. The reader will pick interest in it and will read it to an end. But if it's not interesting, the reader might just decide to end it there. If you start something and you don't start it well, the reader won't be interested, and so he or she might decide to drop your paper or you're writing somewhere and pick up another one that sounds interesting. And remember, always be in the context of the topic. What do I mean? Don't go out of topic. Always state the main idea, what captures the reader's interest. Is when you state the main idea in your introduction interestingly. The reader will be captured. And how do I write the thesis statement? What is the thesis statement? The thesis statement is the main idea of the essay. It should be stated in a single sentence. The main idea of the essay should be stated in your introduction paragraph in one sentence. And you must limit your entire essay to the topic. Don't go out of topic. Don't go and write about something that I've not asked you to write about, or something that is not in the topic. That's why I say you must limit your idea entirely to the topic. That is how to write an introduction paragraph. Let's now move to the second part, which is the body. What is the body? The body, the make up the main body of your essay. This, I will show you an example here. If you look at this essay, paragraph 1 is an introduction, paragraph 2 is the body, and paragraph 3 is the conclusion, or the closing, or the summary. In the body, you list the main points. If you have 5 points, means you will have 5 body paragraphs. You list the main points that develop the main idea in your essay. How do you list it? How do you name it? You place each supporting point with its own paragraph. Each supporting point is supposed to go with its own paragraph. And after that, develop each supporting point with facts. When you name your supporting point, you develop it step by step with facts, sentence after sentence, with facts, details, or examples. That is how to write the body. The next one we are going to look at is the conclusion. But because of time, we won't be able to do it today. So you have an exercise here, which you would read and answer the questions that follow. Number 1 of read. Read Cathy's essay. Which global issues does she mention? The global issues stated here are the arms trade, disease, homelessness, endangered species, famine, racism, global warming, and terrorism. If I ruled the world, the first thing I'll do is improve famine and disease in the developing world. In my opinion, that's one of the most serious problems we face. I'll make sure that poor farmers could sell their food to the rest of the world. I'll also make more medicines available to people in poor countries. I believe we could save millions of lives by vaccinating children, so I'll make drugs companies do that. The next paragraph, the next thing I'll do is invest in wind, water, and solar power. We would then have clean energy that wouldn't pollute the planet. In my view, if we could also make petrol-driven cars illegal, we would reduce pollution even more, and this way we could stop global warming. Next, there are some less serious things I'll do too. I'll ban rap music because I think it's terrible, and I'll reduce the number of sports programs on television. Finally, I'll make my brother change his socks every day because they smell awful. They say you should name which global issues does she mention in in her essay. Number 1 is disease, number 2 famine, and number 3 global warming. Question 2. Answer the questions. How could Kathy help farmers in the developing world? In paragraph 1, Kathy says, I will make sure that poor farmers could sell their food to the rest of the world. So she will help them by making them sell their food to the rest of the world. Question 2. What will she make drugs company do? She says, still in paragraph 1, I'll also make more medicine available. So she will help. Question 2, why should she make petrol-driven cars illegal? No, we haven't answered question 2, which is what would she do? Or what would she make drugs company do? She will make drugs companies to vaccinate children. Question 3. Why should she make petrol-driven cars illegal? In order to stop pollution or reduce pollution. Question 4. What would she ban? Rap. Question 5. What kind of TV programs doesn't she like? The sports program on television, she doesn't like them. What would she make her brother do? Change herself every day. And we have number 1 of prepare. How many of these phrases can you find in the essay? Here. How many of these phrases can you find in the essay? You write them in your notebook. You can do that on your own. I will jump and go to number 3 of prepare. Complete the sentences with the verbs and adjectives in the box. We have found, illegal, optional, pick up, reduce, and smaller and worse. Number 1. I've made smoking in public places illegal. Number 2. I've made sure the government found a home for every homeless person. Number 3. I've made factories reduce the amount of pollution they produce. So you do the rest on your own. You also have an essay writing here to do. Let me read it. Do this writing task. Include some serious and some less serious ideas that use some of the phrases and structures in exercise 1 and 2. Follow the writing plan below. Write an essay about what you would do if you ruled the world. Write 130 to 150 words. The first thing I'll do is, the next thing I'll do is, there are some less serious things I'll do too. Finally, write it in your notebooks and submit your books for correction. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.